Hi, Ed Haskins here. So Chris asked me if I could provide a quick overview as to what tags are used for inside ActiveCampaign. So briefly, I guess what is a tag is probably where I should start. So a tag is simply an identifier that's associated with a contact, and it can be used to categorize a segment. I should say categorize or segment your contacts, or it can be used to trigger an automation. So you can apply tags when a contact submits a form, opting into your list, or apply tags manually or automatically through automations. So typically when you set up ActiveCampaign, one of the first things you're going to want to do is set up what's called a tag taxonomy. And this is really just a way for you to set up a system or a structure of the tags that are specific to your business or your business model. And there's a number of different tags. So I have this taxonomy that I've created. Of course, there's a lot of categories that you may not need, but some of them that you do. And I just want to cover some of the different topics that we are able to create tags for and how we use them. So the first one is automations. So inside automations, I usually tag the contacts that were inside of an automation and when we've completed an automation. And of course, there's some cool things we can do too with when we're importing new contacts from, say, MailChimp or Aweber into ActiveCampaign, and we need to inject them into automations in different spots. That's what I utilize the injection point tags for. But I don't want to go through each individual tag. I just want to go through some of the topics. So actions, if someone subscribes to a list, you can add a tag. Events that occur. So if you have someone who clicks a link or a button on your site, if you're using event tracking, you can set tags each time there as well. Again, I mentioned imports. If you're importing contacts from, say, MailChimp, Aweber, or another third party, you'll want to you'll want to add a tag import, the list name you're importing from, and the system. That's just good to have that, so you know all these contacts, where they're coming from or where they first originated. Leads. This is some of the more commonly used ones now. So a lead, you're able to tag your contact with a lead for a lead type, as well as for the product or service that they may be a lead for, depending on how you want to do that. Again, everybody's business model is a little differently, so you just adjust to what works with you for your business. Status, are they a customer, a client, or are they a member maybe, or a trial user? So these are different status tags you can apply. Customers or clients, or probably the most commonly used one. So if someone becomes a customer, they buy a product from you, you're going to want to add customer on the product purchased. Same thing with a client, you'll add client service purchased. If you have an e-commerce web store, you'll want to have utilize different tags for that as well. You can set up a cart abandonment automation, and you'd want to utilize tags throughout that automation, so you know how far into the checkout process they've gone. If they've just added to the cart, proceeded to checkout, order completed, and cart abandoned. And these, like I mentioned earlier, these tags trigger different automations. So if we had this checkout add to cart, as soon as someone added to a cart, it could trigger an automation to wait an hour and then check to see if they completed their order. If not, they can send a reminder or a discount code and whatnot, and that would be a complete cart abandonment automation. Same thing with members. If you have a membership, say you have a membership site or some other type of service that you're providing a monthly membership to or yearly membership, you can tag your members as active, inactive, pending cancellation, canceled, paused. Say you're running a SaaS business and you run trials. Same thing with members. If you have trials, you can tag them if they're in a trial or not. This is a very common one here, lead magnets. Every time you have a lead magnet on your site, somebody opts in for that to download that lead magnet. You're going to want to tag them with the name of the lead magnet that they've requested. And then if you have a lead magnet consumption automation, you can then do some logic in there to confirm that they downloaded the lead magnet, or tag them that they never went back and, even though they requested it, they never actually did download your lead magnet. You can tag them for that as well. Lead capture, if you want to if you have a way to identify the source of that lead, you can add tags for that. If they subscribe or unsubscribe to your newsletter, or if you ask them how frequently they want to receive your newsletter, you can add tags for that. Topics, if they visit certain topics or categories of topics within your blog, there's ways you can add tags for that as well. Webinars, if they registered, did not attend, left early, stayed to the end, or watched the playback, these are different webinar tags that you have. If you have a scheduling, like a calendar application online, such as Acuity. Acuity is a very popular one with ActiveCampaign users because there is a pretty robust Zapier integration. So you can add tags throughout that process as well. And if you're using the CRM in ActiveCampaign, you can add tags into your pipeline as they go through each stage and when you assign a deal to them as well. So these are just a bunch of the different ways, and these are certainly not all. There's many different ways. I've worked with clients, and each time I work with a client, they have a slightly different need, and I end up creating a whole new category. So it's important that you use tags. It's one of the most underlying important things you can do in ActiveCampaign. It's really going to allow you to maximize the benefits of working, especially with the automations in ActiveCampaign. So it makes a lot of sense to sit down and really lay out your tag structure or your tag taxonomy right up front, and then you can load that into the tag manager, and they'll be available to you as you're building out your automations. So again, this is just a quick introduction to tags, and hope it makes sense. And any questions, just add some comments below, and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks.